Oh, hello everybody. Welcome back to Max the Retard Show, your favorite retarded trader. I know I haven't been around much because it just seems like everything was so blatantly retarded that there was no use for me to come around. But today, before we get started, I wanted to know if anybody wants to buy any chocolate. I've been walking around the streets trying to sell this chocolate. It's pretty good. And it's only $1, and you get a coupon for a hamburger. It's fantastic. What I really want to know is, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, hi. My name is Max. I'm retarded, and I make more money than most people in the market because you have to be a little bit retarded to make money in the stock market. And today's word of the day is fraud. There was a stock that we were talking about not too long ago, named Rino International, okay? And, I explained to you that it was acting retarded. And it takes a retard to understand retarded moves and manipulation. I know how we all believe that the market is a manipulated game and that you can't trust anything. But there was something about this Rhino. Maybe because when I called the company, I didn't understand what they were saying. I couldn't understand. And I was told one time, never invest in anything that you can't understand. And that has been a pretty good way of making money in the market. I only buy things that I can touch and feel and use. Okay, but that's making too much sense for a retard right now. The reason I want to talk about fraud is that we were talking about that about a year ago and how this company, there was something about it that was just retarded and fraudulent. And I said, if there was anything you were going to do, is do not put your money in a Chinese company that you don't know what they do. These could be just two people sitting in a boiler room somewhere pretending to run a company. Kind of sounds like another company I know about, like Smart Heat. And then you got all these analysts. Those are my favorite. Those are the people that don't want to admit that they're retarded. Those are the people that need to be put away. Okay? If you admit you're retarded, that is the first step in acceptance, just like anything else. And then you could go on with your life and live a happy life, a normal life. Well, as much as a retard can live a normal life. But what I'm trying to say is the analysts don't know anything. Maybe this is just an eye-opener. What they say? What they say about eye-openers? Okay, so you don't know anything. That was the point that I was trying to make. And the market is retarded. So you do all your analyzing and all your phone calls and you think you know about the market and you know about this Rhino stock in China. What does it prove? It proves you don't know shit and that you should just quit your jobs and go on and make something better of your lives. Or just go sit in a cave. Don't pretend to know what you're talking about because you don't know. Because you never will know. You don't know. What you do know is what happens. Go with what happens and don't pretend that you know. So anyway, the news report on Reuters right now, Reuters. I'm sorry, sometimes there's words that just make my brain feel funny and good that I just like saying over and over again. Reuters. But, so, what I'm trying to tell you is, so Rhino, unlike the steroid allegations and Rafael Palmeiro, who just decided to claim that he didn't do steroids and with the rest of them, at least the Rhino looks like they're coming out and telling us that maybe there is some sort of fraud going on. Oh, really? Oh, I like the fact that they said there might be problems. There might be problems with some of their reporting. Maybe 20 to 40% of their clients don't exist. That's pretty funny. That's like me shining this laser pointer in your eye. I know it says there might be a problem with your eye damage now, but maybe there's not. Or maybe there is. Or maybe there's not. Maybe I should shine the light in your eye a little bit more. I don't know. What does that mean? The better thing is that they have admitted fraud, and nobody likes that in the stock market. And I hope, for the love of God, just take the stock and let it go to zero. And then, of course, put it in the pink sheets. So 6 months later, there could be some pump and dump scam of some penny stock guy who says that this is the greatest company in the world, that they do all this great stuff. Because you know what? As a retard, I know there's a retard born every day. Every day. And somewhere down the road, RYRINO.PKQ will be somebody's monster stock. I'll probably get an email about it sooner or later. Rino, the greatest stock in the whole planet. Oh, you gotta buy it at 2 cents. It's going to $2. They do all this great stuff to clean up the industry in China. Oh, because there's always a great story with the penny stocks, and the Rino story was fantastic. Now I just want you to admit one thing. Now, when you were buying the stock, you didn't know about what the company was doing. Let's admit it. You read a story, it sounded like a good idea, and you decided to put some money into it. And then you became this fucking total advocate for it, right? Like you knew what the company was doing. I'm talking to you, Mr. Analyst. You had no idea. You had no idea what the hell you were talking about. Unless you were there, holding hands with the fraudulent CIO, then you don't know shit. So the bottom line is, fraud! Reuters. You gotta understand something. You don't know. And what this proves today is that you don't know shit about nothing. You don't know who's gonna come up with the fraud next. All companies are doing this. It's just how they get caught, when they get caught, and how bad the fraud is. So be careful out there, okay? I'm just saying. It takes a retard to retarded no to retarded no retarded. I know retarded. And that Rino stock was retarded. It's like the heat. Retarded. Now I just want to tell you one thing about the heat. I know it's in the same industry, in the same company. And I'm not going to say, oh, but I remember when I was listening to HitTheBid.com and Jefferson Kroll, he was talking about Rino and saying how the company just seems to be a little bit something wrong with it. And he said it probably will go either to 0 or go to 30 because manipulation can do anything it wants in the stock market. But I digress. What is that? What does digress even mean? I just hear people say that in conversation. I just like using that word. I don't even know what it means. So muddy waters, all you people biling on them, blaming them for this. Oh, there's a conspiracy. You know, there's no conspiracy now. It was all proven to be correct, I guess, right? So now we have to give a pat on the back to Muddy Waters for exposing the fraud. All right, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to find some more stocks that are going to go to 0. Because how I love that. How I love when stocks just go to 0. It's so much fun. I feel no sympathy for the people that got trapped in those stocks. No sympathy at all. Because somewhere along the line, I'm sure that you were proud of yourself, patting yourself on the back when the stock was going up, talking how smart you were, how you know how to analyze stocks, how great you are with picking winners. How you feel about that now?
I would much prefer Kroll.